we are going to start HTML and CSS series. So we are going to know HTML and CSS A to Z. So we are going to start by the introduction of HTML. What is HTML? We are going to do the HTML in 1-2 part with step by step, so you learn hurriedly. So I am going to not skipping anything, and that will be same part 2. There will be 4 videos of it, and we are going. If you are new in my channel, don't forget to press the bell icon button and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get up my new videos and new content. So we are going to start by introduction. The introduction of HTML is what is HTML and why is HTML. HTML is the structure of anything or any, you can say any object, any computer or anything. And why we do HTML? We do HTML for the structure, and how can we do HTML? In this video I am going to tell you this. So where we have to do HTML? Where we have to do HTML? We have to do HTML in VS Code. I had installed my VS Code. You can use any other tool. So I am going to make my folder, and my folder name is going to be HTML CSS tut, and I am going to open with my VS Code, that is Visual Studio Code. I am going to use it. You can use any other tool, but I prefer to use this one. I am going to close my code again, and I am going to put it as a side here. So here it will be, and my VS Code is here, you can see, and that will be like this. When I click here, okay, and that will be like this. Okay, now it's work like this. So HTML is a structure and CSS is a beauty. We are going to know the output and syntax, all of this in this video. So we are going to know the introduction and many more stuff to learn. And I am going to make here a file. Come here. I will make a full video. So how can you download the extension and which 2 extensions are going to be downloaded? I am going to tell you in this video. In the next video I am going to tell you. So this is how we are going to make, and then what is that? So that as you can see, I had made an index.html file where we are going to do all of the work. So we are going to start. We are going to enter and going to do the work. So what is it? As you can see, it's on. I am going to put the doc type here and going to put the enter. So that's it. Right here, doc type or any exclamation mark. You can see if I write here exclamation mark or HTML5. HTML5. So that's to work. Save it right here, HTML5, and then enter. That's our folder. You have to write here HTML and CSS. So there are 2 tricks to do CSS. Write a style and start your work, or like any other tool. So first we are going to start with the heading tags. H1 is the heading tag number 1, that is most biggest. Like after that there will be H2, H3, H4. Like I am going to tell you. You will see that here. If I duplicate it, there will be 2. I am going to do it like this. Alt key function I am going to use so that you can see. Wait a second. So if you like my video, don't forget to press the bell icon button and hit the subscribe button. Now what you have to do? There will be H1 and then H2, duplicated H3, H4, H5, H6. Now what you have to do? Put it here. All key functions are going to be used like this. Now what you have to write here? You have to write here HTML adding tags like this. Save it. Go live from here, so you can see here the live server, and so as you can see, there are total 6 tags. H1 is the biggest, H2 is the smallest, and H6 is the smallest. Now we are going to know the plain text. The plain text is only P with you can see if I write here HTML is awesome like this. There is HTML is awesome. Now I'm going to tell you about new thing that is new in the languages that are marquee. Marquee used to move the things. So the direction will be given to left or right. Like right the left, and you are going to write here Subhan is doing coding. Save it. So there will be a text coming in like this. There is the text Subhan is doing coding. You can see here too. When it will be gone, it will be come back like this. It looks like this. You can see too here. So now we are going to know one more that is marquee. Now we are going to know the another one that is going to be what you can say that will be part number 1, and the next I am going to tell you that will be a file list. In file list we can add many things we want to add. So simply that use for the inputs and many more in field list. Save it, so there will be a box like this. Note that's an box. If I want to write here, add the line. So now what I am going to write here, legend. Legend will be HTML. Save it. So there will be an HTML. So that's not HTML is not legend, but we have to write. As you can see, there is HTML legend. We write HTML by adding legend. So basically, we had made an field list. In it, we add the inputs. Input are these. If I write here what input, so that's an input the box. If I write here any word, so that will be here. That's called a user input. You can write. You can say any word you want to write. If I write here what the name, that is name. So there will be the name input. You can say. So that's our input. If I do it tags to passwords, I have to do wait a second, I am going to close it. I will open my index.html now. As you can see, that's my page. Now what I am going to tell you, that's text. What you have to do, you have to finish it. Text to password. Simply this password is going to be used for many things. Save it, Control S, there will be a password. So name is showing us the words, but the password is not going to show us anything. So if I write here a tag that's called BR for the break, so if I write here BR and then enter, save it, so that is going to be in save it, that is going to be in its line. So that is how the BR used and the input. We can write the type, we can raise the type and write here anything. Like there will be 2 BR. So that is not looking good. Now it's looking like this. Save it. There is not any space. And come here, there is the space. So we can write type to date or any. Like duplicate it. There will be what? Date. Date look like this. And date is the full calendar. You can say duplicate it. There is one more. That are what? That is going to be. I am going to tell you that is date, and I am going to take the color. Now you have to write the type. you have to write the type, color, save it. Come here, there is a color mixer you can add. You can add here any color you want to write, like this. So, and then you have to like RGB and man, like hex, HCL, RGB and man more. So this is the color. Now we have to submit it. We are going to make a button. Button look like this. The syntax of button look like this, and there will be a button like this. If I write in it something that Subhan is, I will write Subhan, save it. So there will be a button with Subhan. So I will write here submit, save it, so there will be submit. So to do work in it and add the button, we have to write their property. So come here, and what you have to write here, you have to write here what? Type is equal to what will be the type, and like you have need button, so you will write a button, so that is button now. So how that the button work? So we can make many other too. We can add JavaScript here. So if you know the JavaScript, so you can. So I am going to wait. Like this, that work like this. You can see the file list and the legend and the inputs work like this. So now what I am going to do? Now I am going to know the another one. Now I am going to tell you the next one, that is an HR. So if I put the HR here like this, that is a horizontal line. There will be a line. So this was the part 1 of the HTML. I will meet you in the next part, that is going to be more good. And so if you like my video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to press the bell icon. I will meet you in the next video with my new content. So take care and Allah Hafiz.